Hey, what's up? John Sonmez here from simpleprogrammer.com. So I have a book review for you today. This is a book that I've been waiting to read for a while. It's called The Sacred Journey of the Peaceful Warrior. You can check it out here. And this is a sequel, the next book in the series, of a book that I really liked. It was called The Way of the Peaceful Warrior, which I think I did a review on. You can check it out here. And I really liked the first book. It was really, I liked this whole idea of extolling a philosophy or talking about something in the form of a story that's an interesting story. There's a lot of books like that I've really enjoyed. Now I have to say that even though I liked this book and I really liked The Way of the Peaceful Warrior, I didn't feel like this book was as good as the original. So this book The Way of the Peaceful Warrior sort of gave this philosophy of sort of an Eastern philosophy of life, which was really cool, and the way that it was, just the way that the story, it felt very natural. It felt, I don't know, it just felt like the story was better. But this other book, this newest one, or I guess it's not super new, but The Sacred Journey of the Peaceful Warrior. Anyway, it wasn't quite as, I don't know, I felt like the story wasn't quite as riveting. I felt like it was more orchestrated as to try and teach, a particular thing with chakras and sort of the three cells, but it wasn't, I don't know, it just didn't feel quite as natural, if that makes sense to me. And I think there has to be that natural element where the story, I feel like in order for one of these formats to be good, like The Way the Peaceful Warrior was, is that the story has to sort of, the philosophy has to sort of come naturally from the story, whereas the telling of the story is the philosophy of this life, and it's not forced, it's not like inserted into it. Whereas I felt like this was more prescriptive and more inserted into the story. So still a good book, I think, still worth a read, not as highly ranked. I probably won't read the rest of the books in the series. I was actually pretty excited. I didn't know that there were a sequel to The Way of the Peaceful Warrior. But when I saw this, I was pretty excited. But now I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I think there's another one called I think there's a couple other books, but in the series. But I probably won't read them. So anyway, I don't want to knock the book because I thought it was good, and the first one was really good. But it wasn't quite as, I don't know. Maybe the first one set the bar super high, but I just didn't find it quite as valuable. And like I said, it's focused on, really, it took a while to get going, and then it's focused really on the sort of the self, the three selves, right? The inner self, the self, the real self, and then the higher self. And it's kind of a good way to teach a philosophy, I think, like I said, through a story. But I don't know, it didn't quite, I don't know, it didn't feel natural, is all I could say about that. All right, if you like this video, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you click the subscribe button so you get all my book reviews that I do here. I usually do about 2 to 3 books a week. So there you go. All right, I'll talk to you next time. Take care.